Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. If you don't remember, I do. The Western mass media and especially the Ukrainian mass media kept saying and beating their chest how strong and tough they are, telling us that the Russian fleet in the Black Sea is hiding because the Russian fleet is afraid to be hit by another Neptune or whatever Poseidon rockets that the Ukrainians might have, if you know what I mean. And therefore they hid their submarines and their ships, navies, warships behind Crimea so they can't be hit by the Ukrainians. Well, as we knew, those were at least at best exaggerations and as real lies and make-believe. So what happened? You probably know already, I posted 2 videos and many other people probably the same. The Russians retaliated against the attack on the Kerch Bridge on Saturday with their attacks on massive missile attacks on, they call it, civilian Ukrainian infrastructure in cities. And I made 2 videos about what they hit, how many missiles and all that, and what targets, what objectives. And the Russian Defense Ministry states proudly that they hit all the targets all the objectives were destroyed. Okay, the Ukrainians say, no, we destroyed about 43 in the air, out of how many you destroyed. Okay, now the point here is that the Ukrainians report that the attack was also carried out from Belarus and from Navy ships, right? Russian ships located in the Black Sea. So it seems like they were not that afraid to come out, if they were hiding, and release their Kalibr missiles onto Ukrainian targets. And the Ukrainians did nothing. So let's see. This article comes from the source, right? The ones that are supposed to say, well, we fucked them up, you know. Ukrainska Pravda from October 10th, 2022. Russian forces launch Kalibr missiles from the Black Sea. Oh my God. I thought they were hiding, right? That's how the story goes. Russian forces launched several naval-based Kalibr cruise missiles from the waters of the Black Sea, in addition to earlier mass-scale missile strikes and drone attacks on Ukraine. So the Russians did not push a button and all this went at once. They started with this, and then they started with this, and then they started with that, and then they started with that. Besides, Dmitry Medvedev, former president of Russian Federation, came out and said, well, this is just round one. More to come, so get ready. Stay tuned. So several naval-based cruise missiles. All right, so Alexander Vilkul, head of the Kryvyi Rih Oblast military administration, said on Telegram, and I'm quoting, "Everyone shelter. Kalibr missiles have been launched from the Black Sea. Hey, where are your Neptunes? They're turned in the direction of Kryvyi Rih." Earlier, the Kryvyi Rih Oblast military administration reported the Russian forces launched 47 missiles from the Russian city of Astrakhan, and that the missiles will reach the oblast around 11 a.m. Kiev time. Iranian kamikaze drones were also spotted over Ukraine, 8 coming from Belarus. Belarus! I think you're an active participant in this war, but what do I know, right? Near Mykolaiv and in the Zhytomyr and Odessa regions. Russian planes are also flying low from Chaplinka, the occupied territory of Kherson Oblast, deeper into Ukraine. I thought that the Ukrainians are... You see how many lies, man? How many lies? So many articles, again, chest beating. Oh, the Russians are afraid to cross the demarcation line. They're staying over there in Russia. They're afraid because we control the airspace here. What was this here again? Coming from the Ukrainian themselves. So this flying low from territory of Kherson deeper into Ukraine. So they're not that afraid, or what's going on now? You don't control that airspace, or what's going on? Or you're going to tell us that we destroy them all with one missile. That missile destroys boom, 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 and it's like 5 in one hit, if you know what I mean. I mean, maybe they got Rambo. He's going to fight for Ukraine, or more than one. So it says here that there are many of them. Oh, many of the planes, because it's in the same context. Russian planes are also flying low from Chaplinka in the occupied territory of Kherson Oblast, deeper into Ukraine. According to the head of the Mykolaiv Oblast military administration, there are many of them, but the Ukrainian air defenses is working. It means that it's, like you have a weapon. You put it here, it's working. Yeah, it's okay. And then you say, okay, it's working. Now it's working where it's supposed to, with efficiency or not. Now remember, this bothers me, not bothers me, but if you, I would say, have minimum of attention span, all right, 3 minutes or 3 seconds, however you want to take it, and you remember their articles, you remember, and they will just disclose the truth. They themselves. Everything I said here was already, how should I put it, denied by them. First, the Navy, the fleet was hiding behind Crimea, and they're afraid to come out. Maybe they come out when they have something to do, when it's useful to come out and do, because they're afraid of our Neptune missiles that we destroyed Moskva. You destroyed it, that's a fact. And others, but they're afraid. Well, it seems like they take chances. Then again, the Russian aviation, they stay over there in Russia, they're not coming over because we control it, we are the boss. Well, it seems like many of them are coming over now. What happened? It's just kamikaze, crazy guys, you gotta go drink your last sake and put your samurai sword and put your thing and let's go. Is that how it was? Yeah, if we are tards and they think we're tards, maybe they don't think you and I are, but they know there's a big section of the population, our population, that unfortunately that's reality. I don't insult anybody, but some people are way below 86 IQ. And that's the section that these guys are targeting with their propaganda. They try to do it with us, but we're too smart, aren't we? No, but it's just, it's too obvious. And as I said, if you're familiar with the issue and you have a little bit of memory, obviously more than a below 86 IQ person, you would remember their statements. But just by reading it, skimming through it, you don't have to, let me read this article. No, pam, because they repeatedly say it. They repeatedly state these kind of things. But anyway, maybe it is like that, but not that much. I mean, maybe they control the airspace to a certain degree, and I think they do because they have, entire air defense systems, right? So they have these kind of things, defense systems. So, yeah, but they exaggerate, as the Russians now probably exaggerate their successes. So nevertheless, the Russians still have a military presence in the Black Sea. Besides the dolphins, they have some submarines, and they also have some military warships that are capable of releasing some Kalibr missiles. And these guys can do squat. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.